Hi, everybody. I'm Pastor Carrie from Chevy United Methodist Church, and I'm coming to you from my house because I am thankfully one day out of quarantine. Jeff and I were both quarantined for 10 days, and we're very thankful for all of you that prayed for us, and we're feeling much better and are very glad to be able to be out and about. But like many churches, our church has canceled through the month of December all of our in-person worship services. So we will be online every Sunday at 9:10 a.m., both on Facebook and on YouTube. And we're encouraging you to join us at 9:10 on Sunday morning so that we can worship together. We're also going to be celebrating Christmas Eve online beginning at 10:30 p.m. And that'll be some pre-service music and then a wonderful candlelight service from our sanctuary. We have a special Christmas Eve service that we're doing for kids at 4:30 p.m. on Facebook and on YouTube. So we hope that you can gather your family together and celebrate as best we can in this unusual Advent season. If you're anything like me, Christmas doesn't look the same this year as it has in past years, and we're all going through it together. I want to start with something that is familiar to us, which is the lighting of our Advent candle. So join me as I do that. The prophet Isaiah smiled when he said, "God will give a garland instead of ashes, the oil of gladness instead of mourning, a mantle of praise instead of a faint spirit." The people did not wait until everything was made right before they worshiped God. In the midst of their mourning and their ashes and their fear and their weariness, they turned their eyes to him with joy, and he lifted their faint spirits. We light this third candle as a sign of our joy in the beautiful things of this season. Not just the things that glitter and flash, but the deeper things, the beauty of the heart and the soul, the beauty of love shared in service and hospitality. We light this candle of joy because the source of our joy has come into the world. I love that the reading reminds us that the people felt joy even in the midst of their weariness and their mourning. I know when I thought about Christmas this year, our guest list is not going to be the same as it's been before. There are a lot of people that we will miss having with us, close to us, celebrating with us. But you know, the pandemic is not the only reason that we're separated from loved ones at Christmas. Every year, there are different reasons why some of the people who were with us last year won't be with us this year. Some families have lost loved ones who've passed away this year. And if that's you, I invite you to be with us on December 20th for our Blue Christmas worship service, a special Christmas of remembering those that have passed away and finding hope even in the midst of our grieving. Some people are separated this year from loved ones because they're serving in the military. Some have experienced a divorce this year, and you're no longer celebrating with one side of the family or the other as you used to. Some families have lost babies due to miscarriage or children who've passed away. Some have experienced just the inability to travel because of financial strain or the loss of businesses. Some people, even this Christmas season, find themselves in a homeless shelter. Some are in foster care, separated from the homes that they grew up in. There are so many reasons why, even in the midst of this, what should be a joyful time of year, there is separation, there's loss, there's grieving. And this year, more than any, that could be the case for you. There are all kinds of reasons that people will not be coming to your house this year. But I want to tell you that there is one person who will always come when invited. No matter who is going to be absent, he wants to be with you. Whether you have cleaned up your house or it's still messy, whether you've decorated or there isn't even a wreath on the door, he still wants to come to your house. We know this because of the name given to Jesus when he was born on that first Christmas. The name Emmanuel. This is the meaning of Christmas, that Jesus, Emmanuel, is God with us. He came to be with us. He wants to be with us. Adam Hamilton, in his book Incarnation, describes it this way. He said, what we mean when we talk about the incarnation is that God himself took on flesh and entered our world as a human being because he wanted to be with us. And God in Jesus experienced everything that we experience so that he could feel what we feel. He experienced separation from God. He experienced fear and grief and doubt. He even experienced betrayal and injustice and hatred. He wept, he bled, he suffered. He experienced everything that humans experience, and then he received upon himself every source of that pain when he hung on the cross. And he died with it. And he rose again to bring us to be with him always. He is the God who draws near. He is Emmanuel. What is different about the presence of Christ in our life is that when he comes near to us, when we invite him in, we can survive, even thrive, through the pain of separation from others. He is with us to heal the hurt and to ease the pain from those that can't be with us this year. The good news about Christmas is that Jesus did not wait to come to our house because everything was perfect, because our guest list was full and the decorations were complete. The chorus of "O Holy Night," one of my favorite Christmas songs, says, "The weary world rejoices." He came to a weary world like ours to be with us through every loss, every disappointment, every hurt, every struggle, because he is God with us. It might be hard for you to imagine that Jesus wants to be with you. It is for a lot of people. But if you feel that way this Christmas season, you wouldn't be the only one. I'm thinking of the story of one particular man we find in Luke chapter 19, 1 through 10. You may have heard his name. His name was Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus was a very lonely man. He was separated from just about everyone in the community. They hated him. He was a tax collector. He had defrauded people out of all of their money, and he was just, well, he wasn't on anyone's guest list, let's put it that way. But one day he saw Jesus coming with a throng of people behind him, and he wanted so much to see him that he climbed to the top of a tree. Jesus noticed him as he was passing by, and he called out to him. He said, "Come down, Zacchaeus. Come down from the tree." When Jesus drew close to Zacchaeus, a change came over him. He wanted to be a different man. He wanted to change his life. He said, "I will make good on everything I've done wrong. I will pay people back." Basically, the word is, he repented. And Jesus said, "Zacchaeus, today I'm coming to your house." I want to share a poem with you called First Coming. It's by Madeleine L'Engle. It says, God did not wait till the world was ready, till nations were at peace. God came when the heavens were unsteady and prisoners cried out for release. God did not wait for the perfect time. God came when the need was deep and great. God dined with sinners in all of their grime. He turned water into wine. God did not wait till hearts were perfectly pure. In joy, God came to a tarnished world of sin and doubt, to a world like ours, of anguished shame. God came, and God's light would not go out. God came to a world which did not mesh to heal its tangles, to shield its scorn. In the mystery of the Word made flesh, the maker of the stars was born. Your guest list, like mine, might look very different this year, but there is one guest who will be invited to my house. And here is what the Bible says that all of us can expect when we invite him in this Christmas. He will comfort all of our fears. He will strengthen us in our weakness. He will give meaning to all of our meaninglessness. He will protect us from all of our enemies. He is God with us. Is there any more important guest that you can think of to invite to your home this Christmas? Put him on your guest list this year, won't you? Celebrate Christmas with Emmanuel, God with us. This is not the year to worry about tidying up your house. This is not the year for excuses for why you can't invite him in. There are no excuses. If not now, then when? This is the year. And if you've not done it yet, this is the year to unashamedly, unapologetically open your heart wide and invite Christ to live there, to spend not just Christmas Day, but every moment of every day. Hamilton writes this: when I picture what God is like, God's character, his love, his mercy, his grace, I see Jesus. I see him loving broken people, eating with sinners and tax collectors. I see him healing the sick, restoring vision to those who were blind. I see him touching lepers who were treated as untouchables and restoring them to community by healing their afflictions. I see him coming upon a funeral procession and sharing the grief of a mother who had lost her son, and then raising that son back to life. I think about the Jesus who cast out demons from those who were mentally ill or who were plagued by forces greater than themselves. I think of compassion that he showed to the prostitute who wept at his feet. I think about the Jesus who said, "The Son of Man came to seek and save the lost." And when I pray, he said, I pray to the God who showed me what God is like. I'm thankful for all the ways that Jesus revealed God's heart. This is what Emmanuel, God with us, means to me. I know that Christmas won't be the same for you. It won't be the same for any of us. But Emmanuel is the same, yesterday, today, and always. This is the year to invite him in. May you have a blessed Christmas season and join us the next time we're together. See you then.